Dr. Ryan Burge assures that sending your child to university doesn't necessarily mean they will lose their faith. Reducing your daily salt intake can be heart-pleasing, while reading Pastor Jones's new book might help you avoid alcoholism. Gabby Barrett announces the release of her melodically intimate confessions about motherhood and love, while Lutherans invite youth from around the world to an innovative scholarship program. Meanwhile, the Vatican strongly speaks out about modern weapons systems, which may not necessarily contribute to the protection of civilians. On Wednesday, the 22nd of November, Radio Safira invites you to listen to their Christian news service.
The permanent observer from the Vatican to the United Nations in Geneva, Archbishop Ettore Balestrero, stated that economic and geopolitical interests often override respect for human dignity. He emphasized that international humanitarian law should protect human dignity, as it is often violated by military and political imperatives. He highlighted the issue of using cluster munitions in populated areas and called for enhanced protection of civilians. He has also recently addressed the issue of autonomous weapons systems, advocating for negotiations to introduce a moratorium on their development.
Political scientist Dr. Ryan Burge, based on years of observation, dispels the myth that higher education leads to a rejection of faith. People with higher and postgraduate education are more religious than other study groups. He stresses the importance of active participation in church life and involvement in Christian initiatives at universities. His research also reveals a trend of leaving the church among older millennials.
At the Dorcas facility in Debrecen, Hungary, the United Methodist Church supports refugees from Ukraine. For over a year, the camp has become home to about 250 people, including the Roma minority. The church provides residents with food, spiritual support, and shelter. The United Methodist Church in Germany supports the facility's maintenance.
Pastor Steve Gaines, former president of the Southern Baptist Convention in the USA, announced during the last Sunday service that he has been diagnosed with kidney cancer. The leader asked the faithful for prayer. Gaines, who served as the president of the convention, plans to undergo treatment at the MD Anderson Cancer Center in Houston. After the announcement, pastors and believers prayed together for Steve's health, who will spend the next few weeks undergoing tests and treatment.
Lutherans invite youth to create interfaith projects as part of next year's World Interfaith Harmony Week. The goal is to promote cooperation among people from different religious communities. The Lutheran World Federation offers funding for small youth-led projects aimed at building constructive interfaith relations. Each project, approved by the leadership of the member church, can receive funding. Projects should be developed in collaboration with local schools, student groups, or rural areas. The deadline for applications is December 17th.
Researchers from Northwestern Medicine, Vanderbilt University Medical Center, and the University of Alabama indicate that even people treated pharmacologically for hypertension can further lower their blood pressure by reducing salt intake. Studies reveal that reducing both salt and sodium is beneficial for everyone, regardless of hypertension medication. The effect of lowering blood pressure is quick and safe. Researchers pointed out that many processed and ready-made food products hide salt. They encourage consumers to read labels more carefully on product packaging.
Pastor C. Don Jones describes his struggle with alcoholism in the book The Sun Still Shines, The Legend of a Drunken Pastor. In a conversation with United Methodist News, Jones talks about his 8-month battle with addiction, which he ultimately won. Don Jones, who pastors Methodist churches in Andersonville and Heiskell, hopes his book will help others struggling with addiction. Despite personal and professional challenges, he strives to be a better pastor and continues to study theology and pray extensively.
Gabby Barrett announces the release of her long-awaited second album, Chapter and Verse, which will be released on February 2nd next year. The multi-platinum artist presents the moving single, Growing Up Raising You. The new release follows her platinum debut, Goldmine. The artist promises even more personal song lyrics. Barrett, describing Growing Up Raising You, emphasizes the personal nature of the song, based on her own experiences as a mother and wife at just 23 years old.
This was the news service of Safira Radio, Catholics, Protestants, and Orthodox together. May God bless us all.